and I just got the boat back from the mechanic, and it wasn't firing properly. This boat runs on 2 cylinders when you're going slow speed, then it speeds up. Then when you hit the speed, then it goes into 4-cylinder mode, but it wasn't doing that. And apparently the control box was the problem. So I got that all sorted out. I had the same problem last year with all the cylinders not firing because of that 2+2 system they called it. So now it's working. I've already taken it around for a rip, and it's nice and calm here. I'd like to have it a little more bumpy out here so that you know, you get some wake and you could do some jumps and bumps and all that stuff and some porpoising, right? But oh well, it is what it is. I see some people are starting to join in here. There's 2 people in here. How you doing, guys? Let's get the electronics on. I got the Humminbird Helix 9 Mega SI. I'd like to put some type of charging system into the boat so I could charge up this this thing here, but I got to get power sorted out. So I just run the battery cable from the back to the fish finder battery up under the dash here. So this is Scarborough Bluffs, and this is just like a sand cliff, and there's like a park down at the end, and it basically juts out into the lake a bit, and you can walk around. There's a beach on the far side. We'll buzz by there. And there's also the boat launch, obviously, and there's a bunch of sailboats out here, some cabin cruisers and whatnot, jet skis also, and it's starting to get dark, so the sun was just up. I wanted to catch that, but I had some technical difficulties. But yeah, the water's nice and calm, and we can go nice and steady. So let's get it up to speed. I gotta hold on to this thing so that it doesn't blow all over the place and fall down in the boat. Okay, here we go. And before I go, I gotta turn the GoPro on because I want to get some good clear footage. The phone is only like 720p. Okay, GoPro's on, and we're good to go. There's a fish on the bottom, actually. And we're in 22 feet of water here. All right, let's go down to Woodbine Beach, which is up that way. guys have ever seen the movie Dazed and Confused, that's the jail that was in that movie. Alright guys, we're over at Q Beach, or sorry, Woodbine Beach, yeah, and Q Beach. And this is a long sand beach that stretches way down there and over to here. I don't know if you guys heard me when I said when we were driving, but the water pump house down there, that's the jail they used to film in, or that's the building they used to film for the jail, and I believe it was a movie, Dazed and Confused with Dave Chappelle. But a lot of filming goes on in Toronto. There's tons of movie companies here, and everybody flocks here to make movies because it's cheaper to make movies in Canada, right? The dollar's better, so they always come here, and you see them set up all the time. Especially down in from this area, the beaches down to the port further down. This stretch of land is the Leslie Spit, and this is all built, and all of this here actually they extended it too. And this is a big point that goes out and it goes to the west as it goes south. And there's a series of like giant bays within, and then there's like a tucked in corner on the inside. So it's just kind of like a big arc that sticks out into the lake and blocks off a big portion of the water over there from the current or whatever, right? But they were going to build a big port out here in Toronto because they thought it was going to be a port city, but it never happened. But yeah, there it is, downtown Toronto, and it's probably another about another 15 minutes from here just to go around the Leslie Spit and then into the harbor. And there's the Island Airport, which is it's not a commercial airport. Well, it's a commercial airport for propeller planes, and they want to build jets over that way. They want to build the airport bigger so that they can have jets flying in. But there's a lot of people who don't want that happening because it's right across from like the downtown core. It's literally, there's like a small channel of water that a few boats wide can go through, and yeah, it's right close to shore, and there's tons of condos down here. Like most of those buildings you guys are seeing, most of them are condos, and there's a stretch further down, you can't see it behind here, but there's a lot of condos down there. But Toronto just used to be like the main bank towers there, like a few of them, and then the CN Tower, and that was it, and there was nothing else. So just about everything is condos. And you can actually see the old Trump Tower. Now, if you look at the CN Tower and you look to the right, there's the two tallest buildings there, and one's kind of reddish. I don't know if you can see that, but then you can see a spire on the just to the right of it, and that's the old Trump Tower. And I've actually been on the roof of that thing picking up scrap metal. Right now it's 16 foot deep, and a lot of guys come out here for the salmon and the trout. And there's lots of charter boats. You can book a charter. It probably costs you a couple $100 a person, and they just bring you out. They have all the lines set up, and then you just go out and fish and get some big, like 35-pound salmon, sometimes even bigger, right? But look, there's some guys on a water ski over here, and this water's cold too. How cold's the water? It's not too bad, actually. 72 is not too bad. Let me test it out. Yeah, that doesn't feel too cold at all. That feels actually nice. Wow. But it is midsummer, and it's been like, what, 30 degrees, so about 92 for like a few days now. It's supposed to be even hotter than that tomorrow and the day after, but now it's actually cool out here. Can I see the chat? Yeah, I can see the chat. Timon's here. How you doing, Timon? Richie's outdoors. How you doing? Throttle up, of course. No, I'm not fishing. I got out here late, so maybe next time. I had to go out of town to get the boat. That's the thing. So yeah, so calm. Yeah, what am I going for, says Mega Mike? Well, yeah, not fishing today. I have the rod in the boat, so I was gonna troll back, but it's just getting dark. I just wanted to come out for a test run. The Moonman Forest says Toronto is awesome. Yeah, in some ways it is. It's a nice place to live, and you know, there's a lot of accessibility to a lot of things. It's not that brilliant, you know, if you live here, but you know, if you're visiting, then it's a lot more interesting, I guess. You know, like if you go to the CN Tower, if you go to the Rogers Center, which is a stadium that has the roof that opens, right? What else is there? There's a big Ripley's Aquarium that's been around for like the last, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years or something like that. It's one where you can walk like underneath the aquarium and walk through the tunnels through the aquarium, right? I've never been there myself, but I got to go there at one point. And what else is there to see in Toronto? There's not too much here, that's the thing, right? And we're more known for our cottage country overall, I guess, than just coming to Toronto. Or maybe it's about equal, but there's a plane taking off, a propeller plane from Billy Bishop Airport, and it's probably it might be going to New York, I think maybe Boston, and would it be going this way if it's to Ottawa? It's still going eastbound, but he looks like he's kind of curving and heading that way. So yeah, he might be heading across the border. Yeah, there's another one that goes to Halifax, basically. So all that's west of here. There's the Half Moon up there. But yeah, lots of buildings. You could see all the cranes on top of the buildings too. How many cranes do I see? 1, 2, 3, 4 down near the horizon. 5, 6, 7, and 1 way in the back there. 8. And any more? No, I can't really see. But yeah, there's tons of condos here. They have like low-income condos and high-income condos, and they have a lot of Airbnb stuff, people renting and everything like that. I'm gonna fire up the motor and I'm gonna roll back around towards the bluffs. There's another beach at the other side of the bluffs. Let's see the chat here. I like the night having to load up my boat. Or enjoy the night, I have to load up my boat. Okay, see you, Mega Mike. We'll be on Lake Michigan tomorrow for kings. Yeah, we call them Chinook salmon here. You should try the evening bite tonight. Yeah, I could throw something for salmon. I got something I could probably use, but what I'll try to do is I'm going to try and come out here when it's later towards this month. The salmon, they're probably running around here now, but they just cruise around. They come into the shallows and they just hang out and they're waiting for the rainfall, right? Let's see some view here. So you don't see anything on this because it's just so like flat everywhere. There's no definition. There's my marker on the GPS. If I zoom out, No, I don't think that's zoom. Which one is zoom? Oh no, this one is zoom. So I'll show you guys where we are. So there's Lake Ontario, there's Niagara Falls, Rochester's about down here. Yeah, a little further down. Then Buffalo is down here, and here's Toronto up here, and I'm just in the east end. So there's the Leslie Spit, which is that piece of land that juts out further into the lake. Can I zoom over there? And yeah, I can. Okay. And what I want to do one day, guys, is take you into the Toronto Islands. So we have a set of islands in front of downtown, and they have all these channels in there. I don't know if you could see it. Yeah, I guess you could see it pretty well, actually. And they have these channels in here where all the pike gather, and they spawn in there in the spring, and you can go and fish for them. There's the Billy Bishop Airport. And if I were to launch in the west end, because you can't launch anywhere in the harbor, right? Zoom out some more. Then I would launch in this area here. There's all the condos down here where a lot of the NBA players live. And then there's another water park just like the Scarborough Bluffs. And I can launch from there, and then I'd have to cut through the channel between the airport and the downtown, and then I'd have to come into the harbor. And it's a little calmer. It's just sometimes when you want to get out there, you know, you have to go through either this. I could launch further down there. Just around this corner is Ashbridges Bay, and there's a boat launch there. And I can just follow the edge of the spit and then come around it and then come into the downtown harbor. But that means I got to drive kind of to the west end to launch and then come in. So they're both kind of, you know, there's both something to it when you're trying to do a trip, right? Because this way you have to go far and around, the other way you have to drive far, and then you have to like drive back this way to get into the harbor, right? So I'm gonna fire it up and head back to the bluffs. Maybe I'll pass around by the other beach. This is another test to see if these guys got it to start well. It fired right up when I got out here, but it's giving me problems when I shut it down. I'm gonna try and fire it up, and I have to keep putting it in neutral with the revs up, just so I can get it going again. Whoa, how many's in here now? Hit the like button, guys. 3 likes. Who's in here? 5. And I'll turn the camera too so you can see the shoreline. I'll take a look out here anyway. There's a few boats out. get some footage with the GoPro with the helmet cam. And I'm going to cut this live stream short soon because my battery's low on the phone. It's hard to find Lake Ontario calm like this. Usually it's pretty choppy, and I had a bad experience one time where I came out here and there was like 6-foot swells. This is not a lake that you want to play with. If you have the wind coming at you, coming towards the shore, then it's really choppy on this side. But if you have the wind coming from the north and coming over the edge, it's not too bad, especially when you're up at the bluffs up ahead, because the wind just blows over top the lake. So sometimes I get away with being able to come down here and launching the boat, even though there's a strong wind. But I can just stay out here by the bluffs and I'll be sheltered. I could just stick to the shoreline, it'll be just fine. All right, let's fire it back up. Alright guys, I'm going to end the stream. See you next time. I'm going to get some more footage with this camera.